Good morning, evening, or afternoon, everybody. I am going to show you how I do my normal everyday makeup routine. So thank you for joining me, and let's get started. I did just do my hair, so that's why I have the wet look going on right now. But we are going to dive right into my makeup routine. I've already used our One Drop Wonder. And next I'm going to be using our 40 Cure Cream. I use this as my moisturizer in the winter time because it adds a little bit more moisture, which my skin is craving. Just going to make sure that's all nicely rubbed in. Wherever you can, do upward motions. That's the best. It's uplifting instead of drawing it down. Alright, so my next step is the most important step. You want to make sure you prime your face. I'm using our First Base primer. This is a spray primer. I love it because you get to just spray it on and you don't get your hands anywhere on your face, adding extra oils that aren't needed. You can spray in a T motion. I just like to do a circle just to make sure that I have it everywhere because I need it everywhere. Alright, next thing I'm going to do, I'm going to take my favorite palette of all time. I live for this palette. It is the Perfect Face Complexion palette. It is a foundation and 2 concealers, the one that I use every day. Every day. Next, I'm going to take my favorite tool to apply my foundation with, which is this big diffuser brush. It's, I believe, number 17 or number 18. Number 17, our big diffuser brush. This thing is life. Let me tell you, this thing is life. I used to use our Blenderful, which I don't have right in front of me right now. But as soon as I changed to this, I haven't gone back. So I'm just going to swirl in there. They say you use a lot more product with this one, but I find I use less. So it's all just a matter of how you do it. And I just do the normal dab, 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 dab. Same thing I would do with a Blenderful. And then I start swirling to diffuse the product all over my skin. And I find that I do use a lot less more product than I would using my Blenderful because nothing's getting soaked up into my Blenderful and I am using all of the product that is on my brush. So I use less, if that makes sense. You can dip in again if you need more coverage. Try not to paint your eye like I just did. Use my eyes closed. Bring it down your neck. You want to make sure you bring it down your neck. And that is also how you find out if you have the right skin color match, if everything blends all in together. Part of my snipping, I still have a slight head cold, so try not to get too much running down my face. Okay, so that's that step. That is my foundation. Next, I'm going to take care of under my eyes. Sometimes I have dark circles underneath here. They're not that bad today. It's a little bit dark, so I'm going to go in with one of the concealers. And mine is in another palette. I actually created this palette to show someone else how they could do it. So we have 7 different concealers, and I have a hair hanging. I have a hair hanging on my hand. So I'm going to be using this one right here. This one is number 3, and this is, for my skin tone, a great under eye brightener. So I'm going to brighten up under my eye. I'm using my finger. Sorry, I'm flipping you off. I'm not meaning to. Tuck that in there. Go with a different finger. That's just the finger I use. I'm sorry. So light dabs, and that's going to instantly brighten up my under eye. So now I don't have mom bags. Okay, next thing I do, because I do not use a filter with all my photos, I can proudly say I do not use a filter, And the reason I do not use a filter is this product right here. It is our HD colored powder. It's a setting powder and it has a tint of color to it. And this is our tester palette. We have full-size ones that are the size of a blush or a bronzer. And I keep banging stuff, I'm sorry. So they would come, a full size would be about this size, the size of this bronzer right here. So this is my tester palette. I use about 3 different colors, so you're going to see what I do. I use the lightest shade under my eye. I use a nice little fluffy brush. I don't know if it's fluffy like this. So I do a little wiggle. This is the lightest shade right here. So I do a little wiggle in it to get product on there. And then I dab or stipple underneath. Do the same thing under my other eye. I use the lightest color because that's where I want the lightness to be, is underneath my eyes and in my eye area. So then I'm going to be using this color right here. This is my color match for my foundation. Me being a Shinto 2 and 1, in the summertime I would use this color, and in the wintertime I use this color. So same thing, I'm using the same brush and I am wiggling it in there to get the product on there. I should just do one side so you guys can see the difference on camera. This is like using a filter without using a filter. Because it is so finely milled, it actually tricks your camera into thinking that you have a filter when you don't. Gives you a nice filter finish. Okay, so I also bring this down my neck. You don't have to, but I do. I like to blend everything out. Alright, so in the third color, I also do my contour with this powder as well. So I'm going to be using over here on this darker side, I use this one. You could use this one, any one of these 3, depending on your skin tone, you could use as a contour. I'm using the same brush. I am a creature of habit. I use the same brush for just about everything that I can, possibly. Alright, so then we're going to start at the ear, and we're going to lightly brush down this way. I start out light and build it on, and you want to make sure you start up at the ear because that is where the concentration of color is going to be. So as you can see, I have a light contour going. No contour, contour. I don't do anything super dark because I am not that kind of girl. Like, I don't know. You can go as dark as you want to. It's your matter of preference. I usually just stick to that shade. Gives you a nice little contour going on. I do up top to get rid of part of my 10 head because I have a 4/5 head. So I'm toning down that. You want to make sure when you do a bronzer or a contour that you get up in that hairline. You do not want to have a break like right here because otherwise you're going to look funny. You're just going to look funny and it's not good. Alright, in the last area, I also bring it down my neck to add a little bit of shading to make me look a little skinnier. Who doesn't want to look skinnier? Said no one ever. Okay, so there we go with that. That is my basic face. I could literally walk out of the house like that and I could look like $1,000,000, but I take it a few steps further because I'm always extra and I need to do my eyebrows because obviously, of course, I'm going to throw something. Let's see. Do your stretches. Okay, so for my eyebrows, I am using our lightest shade of eyebrow pencil. I love this because it has a spoolie on the end. You don't have to search for a spoolie. First thing I do is I brush up and I follow my eyebrow around the way that I want it to, because it just makes my life a little bit easier when I'm trying to do this. Alright, so next you can see this. This is a very, very fine tipped eyebrow pencil, and I just brush up. It mimics your hair, so you can do very, very, very fine strokes, and it looks like you have just put more hair into your eyebrow, giving it more depth and more definition. And then I just follow it around. Like so. And then I do the same thing on the other side. I don't go all extra out on my eyebrows, especially day to day. Unless I'm going out somewhere, I might give it a little bit more detail, but usually I'm just going to work or staying here at home, so I don't always take that much time on my brows. I just define them a little bit because I have a nice light brow to begin with, so I need a little help to make it look like I have brows. Okay, so then I'm still brushing up and making sure they're going where they need to go. And then my other product that I put on top, this is just a little extra. I usually use this if my brows are already have been detailed at the salon, and then I just need a little color added to them. So I use this, I brush up and then follow it around. This is an eyebrow gel. I love this one. This is Basic Face 101 for me, so if you guys are wondering, this is super, super easy to do, and you just follow along with me. If you're wondering, oh, I can't do that, you can. Trust me, you can. Alright, so next we're going to dip into Simple Eye Look. I'm going to use my palette, my go-to palette. This is my Colors Everyday palette. I stick in with these three during the day, and then nighttime, if I want to add a little smokier look, I go in with the darker brown. So I'm just taking a regular eye brush. I dipped into the lightest color, which is number 37 Cream Boat. And I am just covering my whole entire lid. It's like my prime color. Base coat color is Cream Boat. Alright, so then next I'm going to go in with this color right here. It's called Taupe for the Best. It's number 40. And we're going to start working this outer corner. Now, these are very, very highly pigmented colors, so you could actually make this a pretty deep, dark, smoked out look, but we're just doing our normal everyday look. So this is what I do. I do the outer V and then bring it in this way. And it's just adding instant depth to my eye. And the same thing over here. And I'm always working up this way because I want to bring my eye up, not down. And then I start windshield wipering this color this way. It's actually making this any better. Bring it up and around. So that is the beginning. I'm going to bring a little bit more color into this one because it's not the same. I don't know about any of you, but my eyes typically don't turn out the same, even though I practice all the time. I'm usually heavy-handed on one eye and not so heavy-handed on the other. So, sorry, I'm looking off to the side. That's usually about as far as I go with that. If you need to clean up anything, you can take your diffuser brush and typically clean up anything. But I'm usually pretty good. Make sure you tap out your brushes so you don't get any fallout from your eyeshadow, and you should be all set. Next, I'm going to do a shimmer shade. To bring out the shimmer a little bit more, I use my setting spray on my brush. I spray my brush and then dip into that color. And I start brushing that on there from the inside corner into the outside. Or in like a third of the way in. I don't even do the whole lid. Same thing on the other side. And I didn't respray because my brush is still wet. If your brush dried out at all, you could actually respray it. Alright, the last thing I'm going to do is I'm going to bring down a little bit of the brown color, and I'm going to use this angled brush right here for that. I'm going to dip back into that taupe for the best color, and I use my finger as an anchor. Going to be bringing in some of that brown. To tie in some of that color. Okay? That finishes our look, our eye look. I'm always making this go up, so it brings my eyes up instead of bringing the look down. In case you're wondering why I'm brushing up and out. You always want to make it up, not down. Okay, so we have built that. Next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to be doing just mascara. I don't typically wear eyeliner, but that is a personal preference. I do like eyeliner, I just don't always wear it. Okay, so while we're waiting for that to, I actually have two, I'm going to figure out which one I'm going to use. I'm going to heat those up. It's a one-step fiber mascara, so it works best warm. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to spray my face with my setting spray before, actually no, I'm going to do blush first, and then I'm going to spray with setting spray. So I'm going to do some blush real quick. Same principle, you're going to be working up. I work up towards my temple, working up in that motion. Working up. Always working up. Brings everything up. Up and happy. That was a cheesy smile. Sorry. Sorry, not sorry. Okay, now I'm going to spray my face with setting spray. You can do this after you put your mascara on. Either way, I typically do it beforehand. Setting spray. This is our time setter. This will make your makeup stay on for up to 16 hours. It is awesome. Don't forget to spray your neck because you don't want your makeup rubbing on your clothes, and that will help it from transferring off. Okay, put a couple things away while I'm waiting for my mascara to heat up. If you could, typically remember to put your mascara in your shirt when you start. That's usually a good thing to do so that you have it all ready and waiting for you when you are ready to put it on. And I am cleaning up real quick, and then it should be ready to go. Alright, we are good to go. So, like I said, one-step fiber mascara. It is so easy to use. It is lengthening. So if you have super, super long lashes and you think you need some more length, just keep adding some coats. I do a full coat for the first one, starting at the base and going out. And then as I progress and do my second coat, and if I need a third, I just work on the outside. So that is one coat, and then I go ahead and I do one coat on my bottom. Having blonde hair, I have to make sure I do the bottom, otherwise they don't show up. Alright, so next, you don't want to pump your mascara. I do a swirl and bring it back out. You can see all the teeny tiny fibers right there. So next coat, like I said, I'm just working on the outside edges, and I do a little wiggle. Set it and wiggle it on. Set it there, wiggle it on. Set it there, wiggle it on out. You want those fibers to catch, so that's why I wiggle. Now, if you wanted some it to look extra full, what you would do is you would tight line your inner lash line, and it would give you the appearance of even fuller lashes. Okay, so that's coat 2. You can see I already have some bam and lashes already. And then you could do coat 3 or 4 or 5, it's up to you. Feeling a little extra today. Okay. So we got some extra lashes, just like that. Okay. So next, last and not least, sorry I got a little gross. Just kidding. Next, last but not least, I'm going to put on some lip color. I am going to be using, I think Ruby Chocolate today, because I love Ruby Chocolate. If I can find her right away. Nope. Ruby! Hey Ruby, you're so fun. You're so fun. You're so fun. Ruby. I'm not going to make a ton of noise. Okay, so Ruby Chocolate, this is an enduring lip color. It lasts up to 6 hours. I love these colors. They literally stay all day. Do the bottom lip, rub them together, and then I go back and trace my lip line. Now, that's just one coat. You could do more than one coat. I just do one coat because that's all I need. Alright, so this is the final look. This is what I do just about every day to get ready. It is quick, it is simple, it is easy. It took me a little bit longer because I was talking with you guys to try to get you through this. And I should not do that when I'm online. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Have a great day, and if you did enjoy it, please share it, and I will see you next time. Bye!